On this episode of the Backstage Experience, we take you behind the scenes of Netflix's hit show, Money Heist. Then, suit up for the red carpet world premieres of Bad Boys for Life and The Banker, where we talk to stars Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, and Anthony Mackie. Plus, we have a special backstage performance by the Federal Empire's Chad Wolf. Get ready for the premiere episode of the Backstage Experience.
From Hollywood to Houston, New York to London, Dave Morales and John Stenvald take you backstage with the biggest names in the world of entertainment and beyond. Follow them into a new age of movies, music, gaming, and technology like you've never seen before. This is the Backstage Experience. Hey everyone, I'm John Stenvald from BackstageOL.com.
And I'm Dave Morales from BackstageOL.com.
And this is the Backstage Experience, something brand new for you in the world of entertainment.
We think you're going to be excited about it. We certainly have been putting it together. There is a lot to get to, so let's get started.
There's a brand new show called Money Heist on Netflix, and Dave got to travel all the way to Brazil to talk to the cast.
That's right. It's on the international stage right now. The show is actually Spain-based, so it's Spanish-based. The cast is from Spain. And think of it as a modern-day Robin Hood. I went down to Sao Paulo, Brazil, during their version of Comic-Con. This is actually a bigger Comic-Con than the one in San Diego, believe it or not. This cast, when they walked out on stage, got the biggest applause than anybody else. We got to go backstage with them. This is the cast of La Casa de Papel, Money Heist. Well, it's nice to meet you all. I was at the panel here in Sao Paulo yesterday. You're rock stars. People were going crazy. They were yelling for you all. How does that make you feel?
Like a rock star, actually.
Yeah, no, like worldwide. People
like,
know this show.
We are Queen or something, like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah. Did you get excited knowing that you're working on a show that is really like a movement?
I mean, that's something that's like a gift for us, you know, being in something that's just not just entertainment, you know, it's just bigger. It's like phenomenon.
When did you realize how big this show is?
I was gonna say, I think we'll probably realize how big, how huge this is going in a few years. Because yesterday we were just so nervous, so excited before we came to the stage. And after that, it was just like, oh my God, I'm just like shaking. It was just unbelievable. We felt like rock stars, like, it's like, well, this is a gift.
I wasn't prepared for that.
No.
For me, it was like, okay, this is for me.
Nobody,
Are you serious?
Yeah, nobody shows you that. You see that, you know, like normally rock stars are from your country, you know. We are used to see that kind of rock stars. And now we are like, wow.
Are you aware that Stephen King tweeted asking for part 4?
Yeah, and asking about Nairobi's hair. Or
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
amazing. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean,
really
that's
crazy.
Stephen King asking about that. How would you describe this show to somebody that maybe is seeing it for the very first time, starting with part 1?
We usually say that it's dynamite?
Yeah, Dynamite.
Dynamite. Because you never know what's gonna happen, even us.
It's a very emotional show
It's
too, though.
like,
That's what you were saying.
Out of the box heist show. Like people said, like, you're doing show serious about heist. So this is out of the box heist show. That's how I describe to my American friends.
Yeah.
Yes, I think it is a thriller, an action movie, but with all the emotional part, no? Of the emotional characters that are so crazy and so desesperados.
Mucho más que un atraco y tú lo sabes bien.
One of our really good friends, Chad Wolf, the lead singer of the Federal Empire, released his new album, The Road Through Hell, this week.
And you may recognize the name Chad Wolf. He was the lead singer of the band Carolina Liar that had a hit song, Show Me What I'm Looking For. Since Backstage is in our name, we decided to give you something special.
This is the Backstage OL Artist Spotlight.
I should point out that Chad, you know him from lead singer of Carolina Liar, and that's actually how we met. And Chad, I can't and we're going to talk about the new band here in a second. But I can't believe it. When I was getting my notes ready, do you realize that we all have known each other for over 10 years now?
Oh, dude, I know. Remember that bus party? That what was it? We were listening to. We almost flipped
Empire
the
of the
bus.
Sun.
Empire of the Sun, man. But I remember we had some margaritas and stuff at a fantastic like Tex-Mex place after we met you at the radio station. You guys, we left. We did a promo at the station. You're like, dude, let's go get some lunch, and it was probably like 11:30, 12 maybe. We went and just like, gorged on some amazing Tex-Mex, man. I can't remember the name of the place, and there's probably a reason why I can't remember the name of it. But
that's how rumors get started. But no, I want to point out the fact that it started May of 2009. John and I were in Los Angeles. I know the Rockets were in town playing the Lakers at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
We were headed to the LAX.
Yeah.
And in the rental car we were in, I turned the radio on. I believe it was 98.7 was the station.
Yeah.
And I heard this song that just blew me away. I couldn't believe what I was listening to. And of course, that was Show Me What I'm Looking For.
Oh, dude. It's crazy. I get goosebumps thinking about like the journey that song has been on, and all of us. Like, it's just crazy what music and art like this can do. Like how it can keep all of us connected over this crazy world we live in. Wild, man.
Isn't that crazy? You know, you and I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to talk about the new group, the Federal Empire. And I love what you guys are doing. I love the sound. You've got a brand new album that you have worked on for several years, but you decided to release it now, and it's called Road Through Hell. Tell me about the process of putting this band together. Where did the title come from? And then we're going to break down the title track.
Perfectly. For the most part, wrote most of this album in 2014 and 2015. And it's just taken this long time to get to a place where something like Sumerian Records came on, and the president of Sumerian just really believed in this project. And he's just been like trying to just keep this thing motivated and keep it going. And we were going to release the record anyway, due to this tour that we had. We were going out with Unlikely Candidates. It was going to start tonight. It was the first show, supposed to be. And then the pandemic came up, and we all sat down and talked about it. Like, well, with what this song means, the title of the record was always going to be Road Through Hell. We should put it out, because it's really eerie how some of these songs kind of mirror what we're going through.
Oh, what my grandpa said, life is just a dream on his old deathbed.
Like the death of the American dream, like what the American dream has done. The Road Through Hell is a story about a man that's passing away, and he knows that he's passing away, and he's trying to tell his son or his family that, you know, this looks terrible, but there's real joy in the moments that come, you know, and and I think that's teaching us so much right now, to like get away from all this material things and like have value in the fact that we love our friends and family. And so we felt, you know, in those things where the context of the album came from, like it was important to just go ahead and release it. And the cool thing with the label is they're like, you know what? Who cares about the money or the sales aspect of it? Let's try and give some art to people, like something they can listen to. Maybe they'll be able to relate. You know, you can't force anything on anybody, but maybe this song will mean something to people, and these songs will mean something to them while they're stuck in this craziness that we're trying to figure out.
One of the great things that we get to do by taking you backstage is traveling the world. We get to talk to Hollywood celebrities, ask them what's on their mind, ask about their new projects, ask about their new film. And sometimes it happens in Hollywood at a big Hollywood premiere on the red carpet. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are back in Bad Boys for Life. And this is what they had to say about their brand new film.
First question, what took so long?
What took so long?
This guy. To his credit, he wouldn't do it unless it was right. He kept turning it down, and finally, once they got the script right, he was ready. Yeah, you know, because I've already messed a sequel or two up in my career. I was like, I'm not doing that again. It's like people come and like you can even just feel the energy on this red carpet. It's like that nostalgia, and when you're touching people's childhoods and things like that, it is a tragedy to send people into a movie theater and not deliver. So I wasn't going to do that with Bad Boys 3.
What's the magic behind these characters in this story that drew you back into it?
I think friendship. I think like the idea of bad boys, that, you know, we ride together, we die together, bad boys for life. Like everybody wants that. Everybody wants somebody that's going to roll with them in that way. And I think that idea is what really pulls people into this. It's like they look at these two characters and it's like, that's what friendship is supposed to be like.
It's crazy to think that the first one came out 25 years ago and this part 2 came out 17 years ago. And here we are talking about Bad Boys for Life. John, what did you think of the film?
It was action-packed, and it was great to see these two back together on the big screen. Bad Boys for Life is now available on digital release.
John, you got to go to Memphis, Tennessee and talk about a brand new film called The Banker.
That's right. It was my first time to Memphis, Tennessee, where I talked to the stars of the movie, including Anthony Mackie.
My name's John Simon. I'm from Houston, Texas. The story is in Willis, just right down the road from us, just about an hour.
Yep.
And that really shocked me because I grew up in Houston. I've been down there for over 30 years now. What is it about this story that shocked you the most?
Bernard Garrett's inability to lose. I think when you look at Bernard and everything he was able to achieve in the 1950s and 60s and even the 70s, it's remarkable because he had everything going against him for him to lose, and he wouldn't lose.
The fact that they had to pose as janitors and chauffeurs to get inside and facilitate the operation of their own bank. That was, when that fact popped off the research pages for me, I thought at first, this can't be true. This can't be right. But it was true, that the fact that these men were so clever and so ingenious in the way they pulled all this off, that was, like I said, the fact that they were hungry enough and determined enough to disguise themselves as janitors and chauffeurs to pull this off was the biggest thing that jumped off out of the research for me.
This was easy. Somebody else would have done it a long time ago.
You were revolutionary.
It's interesting how a story that had such a profound impact in the civil rights movement happened just down the road from us, and the first time that we heard about it was when they made this movie, The Banker. The Banker is now streaming on Apple Plus.
Good job. We have something really special for you. How about a live performance? Chad Wolf doing the title track off his brand new album, Road Through Hell, with his new band. This is The Federal Empire.
Oh, well, my grandpa said life's just a dream on his own deathbed. I don't know what he meant. He was suffering through his final breath. And he said, even in misery, there's happiness underneath. It's only in the end that you can tell. The sun will shine after rain. The pleasure comes after pain. The only way to heaven is a road through hell. The only way to heaven is a road through hell. It's kind of the start of that one. It gets emotional, man. That tune is so heavy in so many ways. It's like, oh man, it's so hard right now. Like the thing is so honest. I'm glad I'm wearing glasses because I'm tearing up in here and like trying to keep my voice from sounding like I'm yodeling from the tears. It's crazy.
You know, well, there you go. Our first episode of the Backstage Experience. It was a thrill for us to put it together for you. We surely hope that you enjoyed watching.
We want to leave you with something to brighten your day. The Chester Zoo posted a video of red pandas eating breakfast. Just a little something that goes a long way to take our minds off everything going on. Please enjoy, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Backstage Experience.
On the next episode of the Backstage Experience, we talk to Ed Helms from his home, comedian Eliza Schlesinger, Quibi founder Jeffrey Katzenberg, and Matthew McConaughey and the cast of The Gentlemen. Watch online at BackstageOL.com.